As of right now, voter turnout in Boone County is at 26%. Jim and Emily, police have been on the scene here for about an hour. They say one woman was shot in the arm. She was transported to the hospital. I'm live here at the Ride the Ducks facility where just about an hour ago, police arrived and actually started blocking off the memorial. The years with the most reported cases of foodborne illness are 2011 and 2016 with 14 outbreaks each. We're almost to that number and it's only August. I talked with some parents who say they're worried about the packed school, while others say they're happy with the way CPS is handling the growing enrollment. Most voters chose to vote with paper ballots yesterday, perhaps for peace of mind that it's more secure, or maybe just because there was a shorter line. Now, not all of the rides failed inspection yesterday. In fact, many of them could have been open at 6:30. This Ferris wheel behind me failed inspection because some of the cars didn't have numbers written on them. North Callaway R1 School District covers 320 square miles. As you can see on this map, it stretches from Hatton all the way down to Williamsburg. I'm live at the Boone County Fair where carnival rides are back up and running after failing safety inspections yesterday. I'll tell you what happened and who is to blame. We'll bring you live team coverage all day. You can follow us at KOMU News on Twitter for the latest updates. They would not confirm what or who exactly they were looking for. Hannah, protesters started gathering here around 11 o'clock this morning and they filled the street behind me. The vice president's motorcade was supposed to pull up in front of the hotel, but instead pulled around to the back. Japanese beetles are swarming mid-Missouri in the tens of thousands.
Anything you let them go on, they'll devastate.
Kenny Duzan is a retired commercial produce farmer. He sets up small traps on his farm to catch the beetles.
On some days, there are just clouds of them coming in here.
The pests eat up his asparagus, cypress trees, ferns, wild grapes, and hibiscus plants. A few miles down the road at Bradford Research Center, a team is trying to figure out how to control the massive population of Japanese beetles. They set up huge traps made of netting that have pheromones to attract the beetles and a non-toxic chemical called pyrethroid to kill them.
So our hope is to catch them as they're moving between the forest and the soybeans during the day.
These chewed up leaves you may have seen littering Mizzou's campus are also victims of the Japanese beetles. They can eat more than 300 species of plants. The beetles eat the leaves, causing them to look like little lace doilies. The reason for so many bugs? There aren't any natural predators to kill them.
They can eat ornamentals, they can eat flowers, they can eat fruit, vegetables, soybeans, grasses. They eat all kinds of stuff.
Duzan buys his traps from local garden centers, and while they work for his small farm, Althoff advises against using pheromone traps if you just have a small garden.
We do recommend, if you have a smaller garden or a smaller yard, is just hand picking them off of plants and putting them into a bucket of soapy water and then disposing of them.
Duzan has his own special method.
Okay, here we go.
Japanese beetles, now a favorite treat for Duzan's fish.
Everybody's getting good and fat off these stupid beetles that are invading us.
Will the invasion ever end? Althoff says no.
And each female beetle, after they mate, can lay 40 to 60 eggs in the course of 4 to 6 weeks.
That means a lot of fish food for Duzan. Emma Claybrook, KOMU 8 News, Columbia. Tonight we're tackling 3 ads because they all deal with one thing: Claire McCaskill's record on immigration. Republican PACs want you to believe the senator is weak on immigration, so we dug through the fine print to see what's fact and what's fiction.
After 12 years in the Senate, McCaskill's gone Washington and left Missouri behind.
According to factcheck.org, the Senate Leadership Fund is a Republican super PAC that, in 2016, spent more than $82 million on attacking Democratic Senate candidates. The group says it aims to protect and expand the Republican Senate majority.
In Missouri, Claire McCaskill said she was against amnesty for illegal immigrants.
We find this claim to be true. Claire McCaskill did say she was against amnesty in a 2006 Missouri Senate debate. Amnesty is forgiving and not punishing immigrants who are in the country illegally.
I have never said I was for amnesty, ever. I'm a prosecutor. I believe in enforcing the law. I do not believe amnesty is the right way to go on immigration.
Claims 2 and 3 go together.
But in Washington, McCaskill joined the liberals for giving amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants without border protections in place.
We find Claim 2 needs context. It is true that Senator McCaskill voted yes on the bill the ad mentions, but the bill, the Border Security, Economic Opportunity, and Immigration Modernization Act, is not a vote for amnesty, but rather a vote for larger immigration reform and increased border security. The bill aimed to establish a coherent and just system for integrating those who seek to join American society, and it also established a Southern Border Security Commission to make border security policy recommendations. We find Claim 3, that McCaskill voted for amnesty when there weren't border protections in place, also needs more context. According to the Congressional Quarterly Press Library, McCaskill voted for several bills that would remove amendments that would allow for border control. She voted against amendments that would allow for border fencing and biometric security for immigrants. So she voted against border control, but we can't say in full faith that this was a vote for amnesty. A Counterpoint ad highlights the Border Patrol Council's endorsement of Claire McCaskill, claiming she voted for $600 million for border security. The BPC is the union that represents Border Patrol agents. According to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch article referenced in the ad, McCaskill had different views than other Democrats on immigration and border security. The last ad we'll check is about sanctuary cities, which is when a city or county doesn't cooperate with federal immigration enforcement agents.
McCaskill voted repeatedly in support of sanctuary cities by voting against defunding.
This ad's funded by One Nation, another conservative PAC. The ad claims the senator supported sanctuary cities by opposing defunding. We find this claim is false. First, McCaskill did vote against ending a debate about sanctuary cities, but does this necessarily mean her vote was for sanctuary cities? Second, let's go back to the ad approved by McCaskill.
Those ads against McCaskill on immigration just aren't true. She was one of only 4 Democrats to vote to end sanctuary cities.
According to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, she did vote yes to defund sanctuary cities. In the article, she references the death of Randy Nordman, a New Florence man who was killed by a person who was in the country illegally. McCaskill says this local connection affected her vote. Claire McCaskill's campaign team responded to the ad with their own fact check, saying the ad is extremely misleading. Josh Hawley's campaign says, quote, Claire McCaskill will do anything to hold on to power, even lie to Missourians about her record on immigration. For this Target 8 fact check, I'm Emma Claybrook.